Decades of oil drilling in Ecuador in South America has devastated huge swathes of the Amazon rainforest and its wildlife, threatening to destroy the ancestral homes of native tribes and their culture. But some of those people are finding a way to balance development and conservation. Here's our story. It's early morning. A loud screeching noise fills the air. Appearing in twos and fours, the parakeets and parrots arrive. They descend from the rainforest, branch by branch, to the claybank below. They come for the mineral-rich clay, an antidote to the toxins in the nuts and seeds. This corner of the Ecuadorian Amazon jungle is the Yasuni National Park. It's a lush habitat for many kinds of plants and wildlife. The park contains more species of flora and fauna than all of North America. Tourists from around the world come to see the dramatic diversity of life. More than 550 recorded species of birds, and the endangered giant otters. The Yasuni National Park covers 2.5 million acres of rainforest in the easternmost part of Ecuador. The park is known as one of the most biodiverse places on Earth, and UNESCO designated the area as a biosphere reserve to protect its wildlife and to ensure sustainable livelihoods. But the park also sits on large oil deposits, and behind its seemingly peaceful lushness lies a struggle by the indigenous peoples to protect their ancestral land against reckless exploitation by oil companies.
Oil has spilled all over the Amazon River.
Giovanni Rivadnera is a Quechua Indian from the Anyangu community.
With all the exploitation that has been done, the community has gotten absolutely nothing. We don't have water, we don't have a good education, and we don't have good health.
Lured by the quick money offered by oil companies, some communities have allowed them to extract oil on their land. Amazon crude production has been the main source of revenues that keeps Ecuador's economy afloat. But 4 decades of oil exploitation has left a legacy of deforestation and pollution, threatening not only the plant and animal life, but also the lives of indigenous people. Living inside the Yasuni Park, people in the Anyangu community are struggling to make ends meet. Some 300,000 indigenous people call the rainforest their home. Many are hunters, gatherers and small-scale farmers. Job opportunities have been scarce. 10 years ago, they came up with an economic alternative that would provide jobs for their people and keep oil companies from destroying their land.
In one community meeting, I said we could build something here in this beautiful place God has given us. Here in the forest, we have everything. So I proposed to my community to work in sustainable tourism.
With seed money from a non-governmental group, people in Anyangu started to design and build the tour center by themselves. It took 5 years to complete. Called the Napo Wildlife Center, it's the first native-owned and operated lodge in the Yasuni National Park, and a certified ecological destination in Ecuador.
Plastic, paper, aluminum.
Fasto Corneo was hired by the community to help manage the business.
And there's a can, hay una lata ahí.
He is making sure that the lodge maintains its commitment to conservation.
We do not discharge anything to the soil or to the lake. All the water that comes from the toilet, no, or from the kitchen goes to septic tanks. And these septic tanks will distribute the gray water and black water to a system of wetlands. You see the grass, this one. This is the ones that are purifying all the gray water and black water. Every 2 months we test the water that comes out and give us around 95% free of bacteria. And that means that it's purer than the lake.
The lodge now has 4 solar panels collecting energy for the electricity. The plan is to rely on solar power for all its energy needs in the future. The Napo Wildlife Center has caught the attention of Tatiana Calderon from the United Nations World Tourism Organization. She is part of a United Nations program that helps communities inside the Yusuni biosphere develop eco-friendly projects.
We think sustainable tourism is a key for any conservation or preservation program. So that's the model we could find in Napo Wildlife Center. We want to apply that model in other communities.
I think it's an excellent idea. It's better than some multinational lodge motel operation. This is what the indigenous people need.
We want to show everyone there are many job opportunities by taking care of the forest. Working for an oil company is not the only way. I am very proud to be part of a project that is going to give us profit. And this profit is going to be invested in education, health, culture, and protecting our environment.
Sustainable tourism provides development and leaves a small footprint on the environment. It's a boost to the local economy, and the project supporters are hopeful it can be a viable alternative to oil.